Hi everyone, it's Chef Mitosu Crafts. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to our channel. Today I'm hopping along with the Global Stampin Video Hop with the theme of celebration. We'll be showcasing free items from the celebration brochure available from the 5th of January to the 28th of February 2021. So for today's hop, I'll be using the Very Blessings stamp set, and it's in photopolymer with 13 stamps design, and it actually coordinates with the very delightful designer series paper. So I'll quickly go through the designer series paper. I'm actually not going to use this for my project today, but I thought I'll just show you how lovely these papers are. So very fresh with the berries and the fruits. So watercolor look on there, and then on the back, as always, it's double-sided. So this is the back of that, and it looks like it's watercolor as well, but yes, in a tartan, I guess, plaid design. So strawberries, and then matching Poppy Parade there. This is my favorite one, and the back of this is just really lush with the Pacific Point there. But look at the berries, blueberries in different shades there. This one, the raspberries, I guess. This kind of like reminds me of a snake skin as well, which is quite nice, but obviously in different color. And then you have the strawberries with a lovely red Poppy Parade and Daffodil Delight. And the last one is this one. So loosely, I guess it looks like raspberries, strawberries, maybe a hybrid, and leaves, which looks like feathers, that one. So yes, so that is the very delightful designer series paper, which comes with the Very Blessing stamp set, which you get for free when you purchase £90 on our online shop. So the ink I'll be using are Balmy Blue, Pacific Point, Granny Apple Green, and Garden Green. The stamp set is a two-step stamping set, so we'll do the outlines in the darker colors and then the lighter color for the filler stamps. And I'm gonna pair it with the Potted Succulents die. So another item from the mini catalog. So this will be new in January, and these ones actually coordinates with the Simply Succulents stamp set. So as you can see, it cuts out nicely the design from there, and it's got other elements on there as well as stitch labels as well. So I'll be using the stitch labels. And this one, I thought this is fun. You can color that and maybe look like berries. So for my card base, I've got Balmy Blue, folded in half and just burnish that with a bone folder. My layer is 0.6 centimeter less, smaller than the card base, or a quarter of an inch. And that's just gonna have again a nice frame on there, and we'll do some stamping. I'll just place a pierce mat just because it's photopolymer stamps. We'll just cushion the paper, the cardstock. So we'll start off with the leaves. So the outline of the leaves and garden green. And it's a fairly simple card with a bit of die cuts. Ink it up, so just tap, tap, tap. And I'm aligning that point on the corner, top corner, there, and then just that central lies. And then we'll do the same on the bottom right. There you go. And as you can see from the stamped image, there's actually two areas there which you can fill in with the berries. But before we do that, I'm gonna ink up and do the two-step stamping with the I call it a filler stamp. It fills up the image. So again, tap tap tap, and then line it up, and then stamp, and then do it again. So before I continue, again, I'll just point out that that's actually the design of the stamp to make it look watercolory or textured. So if I do that, you can see it's the same. So it's got a lighter shade on there. That is done. Next up, we have Pacific Point. And then for this one, we'll use the blueberry stamp. So again, just tap, tap, tap. And then it's the two larger stamps. And then you just align the bases of those. And then what I do as well is kind of like align the smaller one just near that leaf. So I'll do that now, but not overlapping it, like so. So it looks like it's still part of the design. So we'll do the next one. Ooh, nearly. I'll just turn that over so I can see better. Is that any better? Yes, that looks better. And then finally, we'll do the balmy blue for the berry filler. So this is the same as the leaves. So it's got different shades. And then that will just go on top. If you want a darker shade, you can do a second stamping on top. And because I'll do it on this one actually. If you do a second one, it will make it darker. And it doesn't matter too much if you don't go over it exactly on the same area, because it's kind of like loosely filled in. So once it dries, it will look darker. So for my sentiment, I've gone ahead and I've die cut. So for this one, from the Potted Succulents, I've die cut one of these in thick and this one in balmy blue and night of navy. So this one, you can see the stitch edges. It's got a lovely shape on there. And I'm going to use the Wishing You the Very Best. So I'm going to do that in Pacific Point. And I'm going to align it centrally. That's it. And then the Night of Navy is just going to sit underneath as well, just to pop, make that pop a little bit more. And finally, so I mentioned so pretty much we're going to keep it simple, showcasing the two-step stamping and the sentiment centrally. I'm actually going to add a couple more berries there, and I thought I would use this die cut and color it as berries for some more interest, like so. So I'm just gonna add a bit more Pacific point. So if we place that where we want it, I can just use it as a guide to know my placement of the berries. So I just want it peeking out. Probably that one for the smaller one. So there. And then the next one down here. And I'm just gonna fill that up as well with balmy blue. There we go, and last one there. Okay, seeing as I've got those extra berries, I'm gonna make that darker to mimic that one. I think that was slightly off, but that is okay. So now we have that and we have those. I'm gonna quickly, he says, color that one. So I'm gonna start off with light balmy blue, and I'm gonna color the main images, the big circular areas that I'm gonna have more in the foreground. And it doesn't really matter too much that you go over the small ones. And just do it in a circular motion. Build that up. And then for the smaller ones, I'm gonna use the dark balmy blue. So I'll do these ones first. And I want the big one. And then the dark balmy blue. So follow the circular areas. Like so. Hopefully you can see okay. Again, once this dries, you can reapply your alcohol marker to make it darker. So I'll do that with the light balmy blue to add shading. So this one, dark. I'm just gonna make that light. There, and hopefully you can see okay. I think that's it. Oh, one more. And then I'm gonna come in with the dark granny apple green and just fill in the vines. So it's just in between. And then the stalk. This just allows the balmy blue to dry a little bit more. So I can go in with the shading. That looks all right. So light balmy blue, I'm gonna come in and just do some of the curves at the bottom. And then once that dries, because it's over the top of the dried balmy blue, it will be darker. And then I'll do the same with the dark. And this one, I think this one was the last one. Because if you do it before it dries, it'll just blend in, because that's what the blends are great for in alcohol markers. So I'm just gonna tidy it up and make sure that there's no white images, white of the card. But if you can see the second line that I did with the light palmy blue there. So let's construct the card. I'm also going to be using the Fine Art ribbon from the Fine Art Floral Suite. And this one's got a lovely gold flecks thread within the ribbon. And also for embellishment, I'm going to use Opal Rounds, again from the mini catalog. So we're just going to stick this down with Tombow. Keep that a nice border. Turn it over and just make sure that that's stuck down. Okay, and for the ribbon part, I'm just gonna have it across. Is that long? Too long? No, I think that's fine. Maybe just less. And just cut that down. So slightly less than the layer. And just slanting in right in the middle. So I'm gonna use turn tape. So straight across. Straight enough. We're independent Stampin' Up demonstrators based in the UK. So if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin' Up product from our online shop. Do use the current host code found on our website at mitosocrafts.com to receive a handmade card or thank you gift from us the following month. When you place a qualifying celebration order, you will also qualify for the Stampin' Glam Squad tutorial bundle for free. And I'm gonna do dimensionals for this one. So do the middle. And then we'll pick up the center of that. So place that on and pick it up from the center. I was bending the side so it doesn't pick up on the table. And then we're just gonna add that centralized there. Add glue in the middle. I was like, why is it not sticking? Okay, I think that's center. And then I'm just gonna add this colored die cut. It does blend in a little bit more with the balmy blue, which looks okay, but I want it slightly to stand out. So I'm gonna use my chalk marker just to add a bit of highlight in some areas. So you can either just do dots or lines. So I'll just do dots in the darker lines, and also I'm going to use Wing of Stella. So I added highlights with the chalk marker. I'm just going to wait for that to dry and then add Wing of Stella. There we go. So you can hopefully see the shimmer, but it will add to the finished card. So I'm just going to add glue. And then finishing up with the Opal Rounds. There you go. Here's my card for the Global Stampin Video Hop with the Berry Blessings stamp set from the celebration brochure for 2021. I have created a similar card. Here we go. This one using 2-inch punch in Good Taste Elements as well. So a simpler version without the die cuts and Stampin Blends coloring. I've also been playing with creating your own background as well, so this is fun. So this one's using Pacific Point and Misty Moonlight. So Night of Navy would be darker, which would be quite nice. So just have a sentiment again, but of course you can use your very delightful designer's paper. But once that's done and you want to create lovely backgrounds, you can use your stamp set. Do check the description below for the product links as well as the link to the next video in the hop. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time, bye!